This is another in our series of videos about OurOMC. I'm Greg Coburn. I'm the co-founder of the company who produces the software, and it's dedicated to making owner management companies operate more effectively, more transparently, to support their members more effectively, to build communities around the concept of this owner's management company. That we all contribute to make a better community environment for people to live in. One of the key pieces of functionality is around request management. Who's asking your OMC to do what? How is that recorded at the moment? Does anybody log if there's a request made that the OMC wants to do something? Maybe your agent has a log of that information. Do you have visibility on what's happening with your OMC? That's what we're trying to give you. We're trying to give you a way to track the requests that are coming in. So we've got the system here. We can see here's a list of requests that are coming in. We can see May this year, it's actually been quite busy. 6 came in. February was quite quiet. January was quite quiet. These graphs, we can click on them as well and see what the situation is. We got 7 unplanned, 4 that are planned, 1 that's overdue. So maybe we want to click on that, see what the overdue one is. Before we get in, just show you quickly how a request gets created. We've got a quick request, so that could be something that maybe open it up to everybody, but often it's something we want the directors and the maintenance staff to have access to, that they've got on their phone the ability to very quickly. I'm showing this to you on a computer because it's easier, but it works very nicely from a phone, where I say I want to upload a picture and I pick a picture. There's a picture of something, the kitchen. Maybe it's not something that you'd actually have a request for, but there's a kitchen. And who's it for? So we've got an agent, a main agent, who looks after most things, but maybe it's just something for the cleaner, the janitorial staff to look after. So we can have this concept of, we can have multiple agents in there, and cleaning that up. If you could please, if I could type and create the new request. There you go. I might want to add another picture. If I'm doing this on a mobile phone, it's actually popping up the camera for me to take the picture, and I can say, do I want to add that to the previous request? So I can very quickly and easily get the requests in there. We've also got the ability for people to see their requests and to, make them things like a bit more comprehensive, to collect more information as the request is getting created. So let's say a secretarial request where we want to change the officer. I'm going to add a new director. We can set it up so it collects extra fields before I create the request. And the requestor, the person who raises the request, can see these are the requests that I have created that are to be dealt with. These are the ones that have already been dealt with for me, where I need to accept them. And these are the ones that are completely closed off. So somebody can raise a request into the owner management company and get a report back of what's happened with it. So it's introducing accountability and transparency into the operations and of the OMC. And for us, they're very important things to have in an owner management company. If I look at the details of a request, we can also, usually what the starting point would be that we get the agent to come on board first and actually use the system to record the request. So the agent can actually create the requests when they get a phone call. So the screen that they use would look a lot like this. Actually, let's go bananas. Let's become an agent. I'm going to jump into an agent team. So this is the agent system. So this system works for the agent as well as for the OMC. I mean, OMCs don't work without agents. We need to get a good solution for the agent as well. So when the agent goes into the request and they create a new service request, for which owner management company is it for. So this one's going to be for Basel Court. We do let you create them for internally for agents as well. Title for the request. So the date is not working. Detailed description seems to be locked, closed. People cannot get through at all. This is a general item, but it could be something that's more related to a unit. Let's say you're dealing with complaints from a unit or about a unit and such things. Sometimes we want to link the request to a unit, so we can specify in there which unit it is. It popped up the list of names there. If I'm using a different OMC, it will pick up a different list of names. So there's 2 Victoria Terrace. That's quite handy, isn't it? It's popped up, 2 Victoria Terrace is ringing the agent and they owe a few quid. It pops up and lets the agent know, because it might be a good time to ask about that money. So who's on the phone? It's Mr. Bessie Hudson. That's on the phone, and I create that request. So it's come in, and the status of my request is unplanned because I didn't expect to get this call. Now, it could be that this is a very simple request and I have dealt with it, and I'm just going to send them a note to say, we did that for you, all of them now. And that would actually send a request back. So if a request comes in, they'll create it online. You very easily send the request back, say, yeah, we've done that for you. This unplanned status. How do I move from unplanned if I'm not going to close it directly? Well, I need to make a plan. So I can add an action of how am I going to resolve this? So if the gate was broken, I need to get maintenance guy to have a look. The problem. And the owned by would default to being me, but in this case, I need our caretaker. I haven't put a name in for the caretaker. That would be the actual person's name. And we can actually assign this request to them and ask them to have a look at the issue. So save that. It's now planned because we've got somebody planned to come out, and the status on that will go to overdue if the date comes around when it's due to be done. So we do also have the ability for the caretaker. He can use the app and he can get a list on his phone of the things that he needs to do, and just click them off, and he can grab a picture as that actually gets done. So we can record the request. We can attach files to the request. So it could be that somebody uploads that, or maybe it's somebody emailed it into the agent. We can attach it and we can keep a record of it there. We can have a large, complicated request where we create a hierarchical structure. So I could create a child request. So let's say we've got a project, a fire safety project, which is going to involve several stages. We might break that down into smaller requests. We don't want to see requests that are open for months. We raise a request, we get the thing done, and we move on, is the approach that we like to take. We saw that when somebody's raising a request, we can ask for extra data. The extra data comes across. In here, we can have the communication with the members, which is quite nice. And it could be that I need to escalate this. So I want to add all of the directors team onto this, or it could be that somebody else has reported the issue. So if I get another phone call from Lucy Beattie, who's also interested in this, I can add her into the list. The call comes in, and it's Casper Metz is also interested, and I can then add a comment in here to say, yes, we are looking into it. The caretaker will report back, and I will let you know. And I click that button, and Lucy and Casper receive the notification so that they can see what's happening with the request. It's very useful. This is our official correspondence around this request. This is the official correspondence between the requester and the OMC about what's happening. So we've got a record of the communication for the request. We've got a record of the action plan of how it's going to get resolved. And we also have the ability to just add general notes around the request as well. So a fairly comprehensive request management system to deal with the incoming requests for your OMC. Optimized for use by an agent, where the OMC is outsourcing their operations to an agent to look after these things, but can be used internally as well. As an agent, we can look at the analysis of how much work is there that's coming in. So I can see in month by month, or I could do this monthly or weekly, how many requests were opened, how many were closed, average days to close them, how many of them are still open. So that sounds a bit funny. So look at that, November 2023, 15 requests were opened, 15 were closed. There's one still open. How does that work? It's because these are the requests that got closed, not necessarily, they weren't necessarily open this month, could have come from an older month. But what's really important is I can see there's a request from November 2023 that's still open. I want to get in there and have a look at that and see why that hasn't been done yet and get that item closed off. So it gives us a way to see what's happening. And as an agent, I'm seeing this across all of the OMCs that are managing, but I can look at it on a monthly basis and see by OMC, where's the work being created? What is it that's actually sucking up the resources of the agency that so that we can figure out which are the customers that are actually profitable. Because not all OMCs are profitable from an agent perspective. So we've got the requests, we've got the ability for members to log requests, we've got quick requests from the directors or from the maintenance staff. We can break the request down into an action plan. We can attach the files. We can have the conversation. We've got everybody on the same page. We've got proper accountability, proper request management for the OMC. We think this is a big step forward for OMCs. And we've got it that it's combined with our overall OMC solution. So it's not a separate system. I know there are systems in the market which can do the request management piece for you, but the whole idea, and an owner management company is a complex operation. It needs the communications, it needs the request management, it needs the accounting. What we do is bring all these pieces together for you in one place. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll be back to you soon with our next video about the planned side of the maintenance and being able to track that more effectively. Thanks for watching.